You're about to hear a story every woman over 60 deserves to tuck into her heart. Lorraine, a vibrant 68-year-old former librarian, keeps a journal filled with tiny joys. The scent of fresh basil on her balcony, the weight of her granddaughter's hand, the hush just before dawn. On a snowy night last January, she added another ritual to her private list: a few unhurried minutes of intimate self-care before sleep. She thought of it as a gentle reminder that pleasure is timeless, stitched into the fabric of a life well lived. Yet the next morning she woke to a sharp sting that refused to fade. What began as a pin-sized tear soon bloomed into a persistent infection, the kind that steals comfort, confidence, and restful nights all at once. When Lorraine asked, "How did something so ordinary become so risky?" I heard a chorus of similar voices stretching back through years of practice. Today I want to give you the answer, so your own evening rituals remain safe, soothing, and lovingly yours. I'm Dr. Emily Hart, and for the past 15 years I've walked beside women as they navigate the changing seasons of their bodies with clarity, courage, and a dash of good humor. If science-backed guidance wrapped in compassion feels like a breath of fresh air, you're exactly where you belong. Go ahead and tap the subscribe button so you never miss the conversations that keep you strong, informed, and full of possibility. And while you're here, pop into the comments to tell me where in the world you're listening from. Watching dots of encouragement appear across the globe turns this digital space into a true circle of friendship. First, let's explore the hidden moment when self-touch can flip from nourishing to risky: dryness. After menopause, estrogen, the body's natural gardener, dwindles, and with her departure the dew that once kept vaginal tissue supple fades too. Think of a rose without morning mist. Its petals may still be lovely, yet they crinkle at the edges and tear with a single brush. That was Lorraine's reality on a night when the radiator hummed, the air turned desert dry, and her skin felt as delicate as parchment. When fragile tissue meets friction, microscopic fissures invite bacteria or yeast to settle in. Prevention begins long before you turn out the light. Daily vaginal moisturizers rich in hyaluronic acid or vitamin E act like a steady drizzle, plumping petals from within, while a fragrance-free, water-based lubricant becomes a silk scarf between skin and fond exploration. If your healthcare provider agrees, a prescription strength of ultra-low-dose estrogen cream can restore that gardener's nurturing touch, padding tissue with renewed collagen. Research published in Menopause Journal shows a 60% reduction in micro-tears among women who combine topical estrogen with regular moisturizers. Picture welcoming warmth instead of wincing, the kind of comfort that lets you drift to sleep smiling. But dryness isn't the only stealthy intruder. Reduced blood flow often tiptoes in after hours of stillness. Maria, a retired art teacher with silver curls and an artist's eye for color, spends cozy winter evenings knitting blankets for local shelters. She adores the quiet rhythm, but prolonged sitting presses on the vessels that ferry oxygen and nutrients to pelvic tissues. Picture the shoreline when the tide slips out for too long. Sands crack, tiny shells crumble. Inside the body, tissues deprived of fresh blood stiffen and lose elasticity. Yet the fix can be disarmingly simple. 5 minutes of gentle movement, a slow sway to your favorite song, a leisurely stroll to refill your water glass, or even a series of seated pelvic floor squeezes sends a warm rush back to intimate skin. Add heat therapy and circulation sinks, a 10-minute soak in a comfortably hot bath, a microwavable flaxseed pillow across the lower abdomen, or a wool blanket draped over hips while you read can coax vessels open like tulips greeting spring. When Maria built those tiny bursts of motion into her evening, discomfort melted, color returned to tender tissue, and her confidence stitched itself back together. Sometimes the greatest risk hides in the invisible universe of microbes. The vagina is an intricate garden kept in balance by armies of friendly lactobacilli. They maintain a slightly acidic environment, nature's security system against harmful invaders. But antibiotics, high-sugar diets, scented bubble baths, or moisture trapped in synthetic underwear can send those guardians off duty. May, a 68-year-old community gardener whose sun hat brim flutters in every breeze, discovered this firsthand. After a stubborn sinus infection required 2 weeks of antibiotics, she sighed in relief, until an itch crept in. During a moment of self-exploration, microscopic tears formed in tissue already inflamed by rogue yeast, sparking a cycle of burning discomfort that stole her appetite for touch altogether. Restoring balance means feeding the soil. A daily serving of unsweetened yogurt or kefir, probiotic capsules tailored for vaginal health, and plenty of hydrating foods like cucumber and watermelon help friendly flora reclaim their territory. Breathable cotton underwear and prompt changes out of damp garden clothes deny yeast the humid playground they love. For May, swapping nylon leggings for airy cotton, adding a probiotic smoothie, and soaking in an oatmeal bath calmed the storm within days. When the ecosystem thrives, even enthusiastic touch feels like a soft breeze rather than a gale. Medications and chronic conditions also tip the scales. Blood thinners, long-term corticosteroids, and uncontrolled diabetes can make intimate skin bruise or tear easily. Patricia, fearless at 72 and managing atrial fibrillation, takes a daily anticoagulant. She didn't realize that firm pressure during self-care could leave hidden bruises blossoming into dark, tender patches. Picture a watercolor canvas. When the paper is too thin, pigments bleed beyond the lines. In a similar way, blood thinners lower clotting thresholds, so the tiniest nick spreads under the skin. Awareness is a shield. Soft, slow touch, well-filed nails, and perhaps silky gloves reduce shear forces. If you're diabetic, keeping blood sugars within your personalized range preserves nerve sensitivity and tissue resilience, transforming fragile parchment back into sturdy cloth. Regular check-ins with your provider allow medication doses to remain balanced between heart health and tissue integrity. Patricia's solution became a trio: nightly glucose monitoring, satin gloves from the pharmacy's skincare aisle, and an herbal arnica cream to soothe any rare spots of bruising. 3 weeks later, she told me, "I feel like my body knows I'm listening again." Timing matters too, even decades after the last period. Early mornings can feel desert dry because overnight dehydration pulls body fluids elsewhere, while late evenings after a salty meal or a glass of red wine may trigger subtle swelling or pH shifts. Think of your body as a sailboat. Morning breezes differ from twilight tides. Tune in. A tall glass of water, slow diaphragmatic breathing to relax pelvic muscles, or a lukewarm rinse with pH balance cleanser can restore the most comfortable conditions. Journaling subtle patterns helps. One woman in our community discovered that Tuesday yoga sessions left her tissues extra supple at bedtime, while Friday night takeout, laden with spicy sauce, meant she needed extra hydration before intimacy. Honoring those signals turns self-care into a dance rather than a guessing game. If these insights resonate, a gentle tap on the like button helps this message reach more women who quietly need it. Your small gesture can ripple out like a stone tossed into a still pond, touching lives you may never meet. Now let's return to Lorraine. Once her infection resolved, we designed a 3-step ritual. A pea-sized dab of hyaluronic acid moisturizer every morning, 2 minutes of hip circles and calf raises at evening's end, and a quick balanced rinse followed by an unscented lubricant before bed. 3 weeks later, her email landed in my inbox. "I feel safe in my own skin again." Those 8 words fuel my dedication to every episode we share. Remember, your body is not betraying you. It's extending an invitation to collaborate with new rules, to water the rose, welcome the tide, nurture friendly blossoms, protect delicate canvases, and sail with the gentlest winds. Each mindful choice transforms risk into resilience and stitches pleasure into every season of life. Before we part, hold this truth. You walk in the company of thousands of wise, radiant women gathered here, each learning, laughing, and lifting the next. If you haven't subscribed yet, consider this your open-armed invitation. And tell me in the comments one simple ritual that makes you feel alive today. Your idea might light a spark for someone half a world away. Thank you for spending these precious minutes with me. I'm Dr. Emily Hart, sending warmth, wisdom, and unwavering belief in the beauty of your seasoned body. Until next time, stay curious, speak kindly to yourself, and keep that inner light shining bright. Because true vitality begins with the confidence to care gently for the one body you will ever own.